situation, getting back in it. All back in.
With the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number one.
We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Come on. Ready.
They'll run. Here's Devon. Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. To throw is Daniels. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Look at this Buffalo defense. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
We had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what was fun to me was hear him say, I like what we did, but we need more pressure on the quarterback this week. What he wouldn't tell us, though, was how he's going to create it. Is it going to be just the front 4?
And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throw caught by Musgrave. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Luke Musgrave, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 10.
70 Rangers. Let's go now. 70 Lions. 40, 70. 79 Broncos. 19 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Here's Daniels. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that Diaz had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Here's Achane to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Well, to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing now is Daniels. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now Daniels. He's going to wind up and air it out. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Ochan. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Here's 3rd down and 4.
Let's go now. 17, 19, 10 through 11, 10 through 11.
Now back to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. That is caught downfield. It's Worthy. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now Ochan on 1st and 10. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
Now, that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Luke Musgrave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile, we do have an injured player. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Mustang 19.
Daniels looking to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in the second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Achane gets it from the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Bills on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. Off the option, that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. And his kick is indeed good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Trap 50, trap 2. 19 Wyatt. 18, 5 in.
In motion, the tight end. To the air goes Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
18
On fourth down, here's Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Cowboys, Mustang 19. 70 Rangers, 70 Panther 11, Panther 11.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Looking right side, and it's complete to Watkins. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throw left side complete. That's Bowers. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Brock Bowers from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now a 2nd and 10. And now they'll shift things around. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. 101 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here comes third and about a foot.
Come on, set. 70 Lions. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time. Now a gain of 20 here.
On the jump.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw here. And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Dolphins 7.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Gets around him. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
18 Rattler. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Mustang 19. 79 Broncos.
To throw is Daniels. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
19, Buffalo 18. 18, 5 here.
Daniels going to throw for it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Left sideline a dive, and it looks like he's got it. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
60.
First down.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Dragon 60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you don't control the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Cougar 19.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this is caught by Watkins for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Rattler, 18 Rattler, 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So first down Miami as they get set to start the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation.
And now here's another interception. And the Bills are going to get it back here just past the 35. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Ready, ready. 19 target.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a pretty good burst there as he gets this across midfield and down to the 46. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Get it. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll drop the throw. Musgrave's got it out right. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 4. Throw caught by Musgrave. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. He'll get 34 yards there.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll run, Achane. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Come on, come on. 70 Timberwolves, 18 Pioneers, 7 Pirates, 7.
They'll set up to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Achane with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Bills 45, Dolphins 15.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Brings up
Let's go
second
now.
and 9.
18 Cardinal. It's Mustang 19. Cup 19. Warriors 17. Ready?
Here's Daniels. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. DK Metcalf, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an outside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
They'll look to throw now on first down. It's brought in by Wilson. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
A gain of 21 more yards. That's another Bills first down. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now back to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Devon Achane, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Isaiah Pacheco going to bring it out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Daniels. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Brian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Daniels going to keep it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident.
And now here's another interception. How about this? Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devon Achane, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Miami.
Buffalo 18.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, and this this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 25-yard line.
That's good for a Dolphins. First
18,
down.
right here. 19,
A gain
right.
of 15.
Dragon 60.
And the Dolphins first down.
Trap 50, trap 50. Ready.
To the air goes Daniels. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Brock Bowers with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Come on, come on.
Are lining up for a
19,
two-point
Tiger,
conversion.
19, Tiger. Go.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Bills 66. Dolphins 28.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Set. Ready, ready.
On the handoff, it's Achane. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And the Bills
Go.
first down.
Hot
First and
70,
10
hot,
at the
ready.
30-yard line.
They'll give this to Achane. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 136 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 60.
On first down, back to Achane. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
Hot 70, hot 70. Seven Pirates, 7 Pirates.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught at the 7. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 1.
Here we go, here we go. Hot, hot.
They'll run for it with Achane. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Dragon 60. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0
looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
That's good for 28 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
A 28-yard gain. First down, Dolphins.
Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
60 yards. Ready?
A gain of 26
19
yards.
Tiger, 19
First
Tiger.
down, Miami.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Mustang 19. Trap 60, trap 60. Warrior 70. Check out.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
there.
19 type, 19 type. Street, street. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll try and throw for it. And it's incomplete. There's an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Bills, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.